Hi, this is Julie Williams with howsyourlovelife.net, and I'm going to talk about dating sites today. I call this Dating Site 101. Okay, just share a little, maybe a few thoughts with you. There are a lot of people who think that dating sites are worthless, fraudulent, can't trust them, don't work, just a total waste of time. Sure, like every other industry out there, you have your fakes and phonies and liars and cheaters, just like you have crooked attorneys and doctors and teachers, right? There's no industry that does not have its downside. But I have been on dating sites off and on for a few years now, and I've met some wonderful people, many wonderful people. I have made networking associates, business associates, great friends, and for years now. Excuse me. I've dated a few that have been great experiences. Many that would be no different from someone that I would have met, in person. Many people have married from meeting each other on dating sites, and I have come close to it myself. So I just wanted to share with you, if you're interested in not finding people in the real world offline, if you're not finding people in the real world offline, that you might just want to consider checking out dating sites from the comfort of your home. It can be fun. It can be funny. And based on some of these mugs I've seen, can be scary. And I do seriously mean that, because there are some people on there that have scared the mess out of me. Okay. I've heard several people say that they tried it and it doesn't work. I think people also in many other areas of life just give up so fast, just too fast. They might have dated maybe one or two people and it didn't work out. So they say it just doesn't work. But yet, neither did people that they met offline throughout their entire lifetime. Okay? Again, comparing dating sites to every other industry in life, it's all about numbers. It's a numbers game. The more people you meet, the more people you talk to, the better your chances of meeting someone of quality, if for nothing more than just a great friend. You cannot expect to talk to maybe 3 to 5 people and conclude that they don't work. As I said, it's a numbers game. In the 5 to 7 years off and on that I've been on the site, I have probably easily talked to maybe 50 to 60 people in the past 7 years, maybe more, probably more. Okay. Out of the 50, 60, or 70 people, I've made several great friends and have made many business contacts for networking with. And I've dated 3, maybe 4 people over the past 7 years. Okay. But I would not have done that if I'd given up after the first 2, 3, 4, or 5 people and said it just doesn't work. On the other hand, on another video, I'm going to talk about the issues with dating, period. Okay. Not just online dating, but even dating in general, including people that you meet offline. But the most important thing I can say about online dating, which I have already stated, is that there are many good, wonderful, quality, great people who are out there looking for the same thing that you are. And it does take time and effort, like anything else meaningful. People have met and gotten married. And the love of my life, I met on a dating site. No, we're not still together, but it was the absolute love of my life. I will just say that what you should know before you get on the dating site is what you are looking for in a relationship. Are you looking just for friendship? Just companionship? To go out and date sometimes, maybe to a movie or to dinner? Are you looking for a committed relationship? Um, are you looking to get married? Know what you're looking for and write yourself a really good, detailed profile. Okay? I think that there are many people out there who are lazy and they just don't put their best pictures up, and they absolutely write no profile description at all. They're lazy. Some of them are. And for whatever reason, they may not do well finding anyone, because me personally, if I see absolutely no profile, I completely just overlook it. I'm not going to ask someone a million questions if they don't even make the effort to write anything about themselves at all. There have been a few who have told me that they did not put their profile up, but maybe their grown adult children put it up for them, or a friend put it up for them. And they just did not know what to write for them. Then there have been a few who said that they put it up in a hurry themselves and intended to go back to complete it, but just never got around to it. But as I said, if I see zero profile, I won't even communicate with them or even respond to them if they reach out and just say hi. You should possibly have a list of at least a few questions that you might ask to get to open up the conversation, to initiate conversation. As a matter of fact, I did write out a few questions that I'm going to make a blog post about later. If you would like help and in communicating with someone on a dating site, and would like some tips on how you might open up or start conversation, definitely email me. The email address will be in the description below, and I'll send you some easy questions that you can ask just to get started. Okay? In the 5 to 7 years that I've been on the dating sites, thankfully, I can say that I have never had any serious problems. No problems, actually. I will say that I am very careful, and I am pretty much, I know how to protect myself and know what things to look for and to avoid any trouble. So, for example, I have never met anyone in person before feeling very comfortable talking with them on the phone several times. Okay, several times. I definitely won't go out and just meet them, having never talked to them much. But not just being comfortable, because someone might have great charm and maybe can seduce the socks off of you if you don't know what to look for. I need to hear a person talk about his family, his kids, his friends, his co-workers. I have talked to a couple of people who I have never heard them speak of anyone, not even a neighbor. And I definitely would be concerned about meeting someone like that. Okay? If a guy talks about his kids and his grandkids and his job and his coworkers or siblings or parents, then you pretty much can probably feel that he's okay to at least meet in a public place, of course. There was a guy who I talked to for about 6 weeks, and in that 6-week period, I never heard him talk about a soul. This guy was literally going to move to the city that I'm living in from the city that he was living in about 500 miles away. He said he was going to move here just for me. Okay. When I realized that I had never heard him speak of anyone in his family, and he had no kids and had never been married, I decided that he would probably not be a good idea. When I asked him to arrange for me to speak to a couple of his siblings before he would move to this city just to be near me, he was quite reluctant to do so. You can bet I absolutely shut that down after that. Okay. Now, there was another guy who I happened to talk to for a couple of months who also lived across the country, and he wanted to come visit with me eventually. When I realized that, once again, I did not know of anyone who knew this guy who was going to come to visit me from across the country, okay, who was talking very seriously about having a relationship with me potentially, I asked him to connect me with a good friend and maybe a couple, of people. And he was very, very understanding and supportive and even very sweet about it. And he supplied me with three people, the names of three people: his best friend, which was female, and his mother and his sister. And he also gave me information about his job and who his supervisor was. Well, that definitely set very well with me. And I felt completely confident in that. However, just turned out that we were not compatible, but be very careful who you connect with. It's very important that you don't just become involved with someone who seems to be very isolated, who has no family or friends that you ever hear them speak or even have never met or even talked to yourself. You never hear anyone around them talking. Be very careful of that. I would definitely be sharing other tips. I will be sharing other tips and information, and hopefully will help you to succeed on dating sites in the future. I hope this has been helpful. Take care and God bless. And please remember to like and subscribe to this channel and share it with others. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.